Good afternoon and welcome to Baina Midday News, coming to you live from Benab House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Tukubra Kayla, and coming up in today's headlines, there will be intense Hamatan this December, says Ghana Meteo Service, and also public hospital internal generated funds can't pay electricity bill. This is from Ifia Nkwanta Hospital Medical Superintendent. And in politics, NDC to rejoin IPAC meetings after intervention by the National Peace Council. Detail of the stories comes up shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Baina TV. Now the stories in details. Francis Xavier Sosu, the Member of Parliament for Medina, has asserted that the purpose of his proposed bill, which would add 2 more Islamic public holidays to the nation's Public Holidays Act 2001, Clause 601, is to ensure inclusive and religious diversity. These are the days of Shak, which comes before Eid al-Fitr, and Tashriq, which comes after Eid al-Adha festivals.
On Wednesday, November 29th, the bill was delivered to the Clerk of Parliament, where it is presently pending process. The Medina MP said in a statement released on Thursday that the Public Holidays Act 2001, Act 601, was amended as part of the endeavor to establish a society that is more inclusive, productive, and progressive. He also emphasized that the current system was unjust and discriminatory, and that it prevents Muslims from fully expressing their Islamic faith as guaranteed by the 1992 Constitution and other international agreements. He therefore stated that it is the greatest approach to encourage inclusivity, religious diversity, acceptance of all people, and the idea that every person matters.
The Ghana Meteorological Agency says Guineans should brace themselves for an intense Harmattan season throughout December. Frederick Kujo, a senior meteorologist at the agency, emphasized in an interview with City News on Thursday, December 14, the need for Ghanaians to take necessary precautions to avoid accident during this season.
The agency attributed the intensification to the arrival of a dry continental wind. Presently, Ghana is encountering dry and dusty winds characteristic of the Harmattan season. They advised that when visibility becomes very poor, especially early in the morning and then at dawn, motorists should take necessary precautions, especially by using their fog lights and also driving within the limit speed. Also, people who go to the farm are advised that they can take necessary precautions to prevent any fire outbreak. He added that since there are a lot of particles in the atmosphere, we are advised that maybe we can put on our nose masks during this period to avoid taking in a lot of particles into our respiratory systems. This means that we are going to be getting a lot of dryness coming out from the Sahara and the Sahel regions.
And now in education, the leadership of teacher unions in the country have appealed to the Director General of the Ghana Education Service to allow them to take over the matter of the 11 interdicted heads of senior high schools. The president of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, Eric Angel Kabonu, who made the appeal, says they want to handle the issue because the head teachers were members of the association. Mr. Kabunu made this statement at the launch of the 25th anniversary celebration of the founding of NAGRAT in Accra yesterday.
The leadership of the union, which includes the Ghana Association of Teachers, the Coalition of Concerned Teachers of Ghana, NAGRAT, and the Teachers and Education Workers Union, now want to take over the issue and sit down with the GES and the Ministry of Education to discuss and negotiate on behalf of our headmasters and headmistresses who have been interdicted. The anniversary is a year-long celebration with each region assigned to a particular month to celebrate the event. The Eastern region would kickstart the celebration in January 2024. It would be climaxed in October 2024 with a national Durbar in Accra. The NAGRAT president entreated headmasters and headmistresses to work by the rules, adhering strictly to the directive by the Ministry of Education and Ghana Education Service that says that nobody should charge people amount of money in schools in whatever form or shape. On the journey to the formation of NAGRAT, Mr. Kabonu said as far back as 1974, there were agitations by graduate teachers in the GES to form a union, among other objectives to bargain for the welfare of members. He said NAGRAT had over the years worked for teachers, advocates change with the GES, sought improve service condition for teachers, and made the teaching profession a service of choice and not service of people joined by mistake. The Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Dr. Anthony Yauba, said NAGRAT in the past 25 years achieved some success by working closely with other teacher unions. He charged various teacher unions to bury their differences and to work towards forming a federation of teachers union as soon as possible if they want to continue to empower and inspire teachers. The Africa Director of Education International, Dennis Siolo, urged the GES to engage the various teacher unions in policy formulation. The Minister of Education, Dr. Yao Osei Educhum, who launched the anniversary celebration, described the teaching profession as rewarding but challenging. There were also solidarity messages from other teacher unions in the country.
In politics, the national chairman of the opposition National Democratic Congress, Johnson Aseedun Ketia, has announced that the party will return to the Inter-Party Advisory Council meetings. The decision follows an intervention by the National Peace Council. The NDC boycotted meetings of IPAC in March 2021.
At a stakeholders meeting on inter-party dialogue organized by the Peace Council at Spejasi in the Eastern Region on Thursday, Mr. Nketia said the party would rejoin the council's meeting. The NDC's chairman also emphasized the need for all stakeholders to work towards making sure that IPAC returns to its consensus-building ways. Mr. Aseedun Ketia called on the National Peace Council to ensure that the issues that were blocking the NDC's return are dealt with before the next IPAC meeting. For her part, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Jane Mensah, said the Electoral Commission realized the absence of the NDC at IPAC meetings and used the opportunity to extend an invitation to the leadership of the party.
The NDC is a major stakeholder. We are all aware that at the moment they are the second largest political party in Ghana, and they have a long history. Our multi-party democracy, they are key stakeholders, and therefore it's important that when you have meetings of IPAC, you bring all the stakeholders to the table. We cannot ignore that the NDC is a major stakeholder in our electoral process. And so it's important that they participate in IPAC, they share their views, they contribute to the discussions, because I believe that all of this will enrich and strengthen our electoral process.
And finally, in sports, Major League Soccer side Los Angeles Galaxy and Russian giant Spartak Moscow have shown interest in Ghana winger Usman Bukhari ahead of the winter transfer window. The 25-year-old has been in red hot from Serbian giant Red Star Belgrade, causing interest across Europe and North America.
According to information reaching Bina Sports Desk, La Galaxy and Spartak Moscow are preparing a bid for the forward, while Nottingham are yet to make a decision for the winger, despite huge interest in the player. Report says English Premier League side Nottingham Forest have sent scouts to watch the Ghanaian in the UEFA Champions League clash against Manchester City. Bukhari, who joined Red Star in the summer of 2022, is expected to make a decision about his future in the coming weeks. The former Accra Lions player has already contributed 12 goals for the Serbian side this season, scoring 7 and assisting 5. He has been a key figure in Belgrade, winning the domestic triple last season.
And that was Abdulmanan Mukhtar with the detailed report. This is where we end our news. For more stories, log on to our website, bainamultimedia.com. I'm Khadija Tukubra Kayla, and have a good afternoon.